Hello, and welcome back to E.G. the Virgo. We are actually going to get right into our story. So let me get through this copyright real quick. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Source Circular 92, Copyright Law of the United States, 17 U.S.C. Section 107. Okay, so this story that's coming up, it's going to be a very short story, very brief, and it's still part of the unusual kind, that 1%, one life, 5 generations, based on actual experiences and theories. This story includes entertaining fictional and non-fictional images, animations, videos, and music by artists, music and sounds, okay, by artists and photographers unrelated and in no way were created for this particular story and or documentary. Some names, dates, and times were changed to protect the privacy and identities of the characters within the story. This is volume 1 of An Unusual Kind, that 1%. Okay, so we are going to jump right into chapter 7, when E first notices something. Moving on, E began noticing a difference in the world at the age of 8. Same age her mother was when she was sent to a boarding school. Shortly after E's mother moved them all into a new home, each night E would always be the first one to fall asleep about 8 p.m., but was the first one to awake in the wee hours of the morning. Each night E would be awakened by the sounds of heavy footsteps slowly coming up the staircase of their home. The sound of the footsteps always appeared to stop at E's bedroom doorway and then start over by ascending the staircase again. E would never hear the footsteps go down the stairs and didn't know why the footsteps will only sound as if they were coming up the stairs. To protect herself, E would pull the bed covers over her head and wait to fall back to sleep until the morning when the sun rose again. E tried explaining the sounds at night to her mother and other family members, but no one appeared to believe what E was saying. They thought it was all in E's imagination or dreams. However, E knew better and knew what she was hearing each night was real. This will bring us to the end of chapter 7. I told you it was very short when E first notices something. And if you realize or noticed, E was about the same age, actually, that her mother was when her mom first started noticing things. Remember, her mother was 8 years old when she first heard something ascending a staircase. So, and just so happened, E at that time had never heard that story before. And she experienced the same thing. So it's kind of weird that her mom, of all people, would have a little challenging struggle to believe what he was saying. So, but as we go on, we'll see all of this kind of peel away like an onion. And you'll see things again slowly start to come together. But again, like I said, this was a very short chapter. Chapter 7 was very short. I think it's actually the shortest of all the chapters. But again, I do hope you still enjoyed it. I do wish you all a good night. And until chapter 8, which is going to be called The Phone, I'm going to bid you all a good evening and a good day, whichever time of the day it is for you. And I wish you all many blessings. And I hope you stay tuned for the next few chapters. And until then, have a good one.